Alrighty, you guys, let's talk about it. Let's talk about how streaming is not for the weak. Let me say this again. Streaming is not for the weak. And here in this video, I will be showing statistics, fact, telling y'all my personal experience that I've had, things that I have witnessed, sharing stories that other people have shared with me. Let's get into it. So first, let's talk about how this is not a get quick type of thing. Streaming takes time and you have to be consistent with it. You have to stay on top of the new trends, any kind of news that's happening. If there's been updates to the platform that you're in, there is just so much to it. This also involves networking. Discord is one of the best ways of doing that. Joining different communities, communicating with other people, and this can be draining. This can be very draining to your mental health. This is why it's also talked about that as soon as you hit like a creator's block, and trust, it happens to all of us, that is the best time to take your break. If you are overwhelmed and to the point of, should I even stream? I'm not getting the views. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. Take the break. You need it. You do have those that do kind of make it big with time. And I mean like within like a couple years. Some are lucky enough to make it in a couple months. But that is a lot. That is a lot of work and a lot of hard time being put into it. The other thing that isn't talked about a lot, and it's not just in the VTube community, it's in any streaming community. You're gonna have people out there that's gonna see you as competition. So don't be surprised if people try to make drama with you. Like I said, streaming is not for the weak. On the outside, when you're looking at the videos and the content people are putting out, some of them are just putting on an act. Others are not. Others are showing you their true self. Now guys, I'm going to be showing you a chart, and yes, this may be hard to see, but it's the realization that you need to understand when you're coming into the streaming space. So right here we have the months, first month, third month, sixth, all the way up to 3 years, right? Then we have the percentage of streamers who quit, and then the percentage remaining. So your first month, about 25% quit and only 75% stay. Then 3 months, you have 50% that quit and 50% that stay. And this shows all the way up to where you hit 3+ years. 95 to 97 will quit. And that only leaves 3 to 5% that's going to still be here streaming, making content. And it could be that they're one of the lucky ones. I mean, you do have some streamers that isn't getting high view counts, but they enjoy making the content. They enjoy talking to their chat, spending time with people, been here for years, and still hasn't even made 1,000 follows. Those are the true people. Those are the ones that are here to have fun. Unfortunately, viewbot is a problem, and viewbotting is an issue in the space. It can happen on any streaming platform. I am one of those people. I believe if you do viewbotting, you have no talent. Now, unfortunately, you do have some streamers where their viewers will do viewbotting because they want to see their streamers be successful and everything, but that doesn't help. When you're a streamer, it's about building a community too. And if your community is just filled with bots, then what is that? It's nothing. I myself have seen people that had talent, that was putting in the work, putting in the time, still working a full-time job too. And unfortunately, within a few years, they had to quit. This was their hobby. This was just something that they enjoyed doing on the side. I still wish they would come back. Some of them just had it, and the vibes and the community that they were building was just wonderful. Now, one of the other things that is very helpful is when you come into the community, come in as a streamer, I should say, you should have some kind of niche. What is it that you enjoy that's gonna make you stick out from the others? Granted, if you don't know at the time and you're just here to see if you even like streaming, that's okay too. A lot of people don't know what they truly enjoy until years later, and that's okay. The other thing you need to understand, and this one's a hard one too, is just being a streamer in general, it's oversaturated. There are too many people coming into the space thinking they're gonna blow up overnight, and they end up not doing that, and then they get frustrated. Some have taken their anger out on their community, not meaning to, but it gets overwhelming. The other thing is, you know, we're in 2026. There's so many people thinking they're gonna blow up and they're gonna make it. Sorry, but that's not gonna happen. Not in the way that you think. Some people start this out as a hobby and then it becomes a business. A lot of people will quit their job and start acting like this is a business before they even have any follows or views. Do not quit your job before you start. If you really want to give streaming a try, do that one weekend or a day that you're not working. Do it on your day off. Another thing that is hard to fully understand, your haters are going to be your biggest fans. Meaning you're gonna have people that just hate your guts for whatever reason it is, and they're gonna do everything they can to cancel you. They're gonna make fake accounts because if you block them on one thing, they're gonna make a fake account so they can come back and look at your stuff and talk crap about it. That's okay, because guess what? That's free advertisement for you. That's right. They're gonna go around talking about your stuff constantly to other people, and it's gonna get those other people curious. It can be disappointing and let down, especially when you go into the comments. Don't read the comments. Not in the beginning. Give it time. Now, granted, that also falls under communicating with your community, because in order to keep videos going and being live and getting noticed, you do have to reply to comment. If you see one that's hateful or rude or anything, just leave it there. Guess what? They help push your content out. And if it's something that's very upsetting to you, just block them. Don't even message them back. You don't want one bad apple turning all the others into rot, because trust me, it will spread. Also, when you come into the streamer space, you want to make sure that you trust the people that you have as mods. Unfortunately, there have been incidents where people had the mod role, watching people's Twitch, their Discord, helping to make sure no one gets out of line, and the power goes to their head. Sadly, it happens. There's been a couple of cases, and if you look into like streamer drama, there's always a part of that in it. I've never understand it, and I will probably never understand. It's nice to be titled as a mod because that means that person trusts you, but when you let that power go to your head and then you're banning people that didn't really deserve it, that's when it becomes a problem, and that person has become power hungry. You have to learn, basically either talk to those people or tell them straight up, hey, you can't do that, you're gonna have to go. Banning someone in the beginning, even if it's a close friend, is difficult. It is so hard. But in order to keep your community running and for your sanity to still be sane, you gotta learn to do that. Like, for example, when it comes to my Discord and my streaming, people are in my stream causing a racket, not the normal chaos that we have, you will get timed out. By the third time, you will be banned. Same thing with the way I run my Discord. But I will also talk to you with every warning that you get so you can understand why you're getting a strike, why you're being timed out. I have heard way too many stories where people are like, well, I got kicked or I got banned from this Discord or this community, and I don't know why. You do have people out there that's not going to tell you why, because they're going to be like, well, they should understand. They know what they did. Like, for example, my friend was trying to get into this Discord. They were based off of a theme that he really liked. And as soon as he joined, they just asked him a whole bunch of questions like, how many followers do you have? How many followers do you have on this platform, on that platform? What platforms do you stream on? Just these wild questions like that. And then the next day he was kicked from that server. I'm not saying all servers are like that. This is kind of weird to me, but there are servers that the only way you're going to be able to get in is if you have a large following. To me, it really sucks, especially for those that are just coming in and you might be the first community that they see, and then you're all about just the following. Like, I can see how that would turn people away and not want to become a streamer. Now, a lot of people that run servers like that, that's strictly it. They're just doing it because they're seeing streaming as a business. So try not to take it too much to heart, but I do believe when it comes to stuff like this that it should be done by the golden rule. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Did you get treated that way when you first came into the streaming community type of thing? If so, sorry that happened to you. People out there are just dickheads. What you put out is also what you're going to bring in. Best example I have for this is the lewd streamers, lewd tubers. There are boundaries you do have to place, and you have to make sure your community knows about these boundaries. If that means putting in your rules or your tips, something, so it's there. As a lewd streamer, which someone is probably talking about very lewd adult type of stuff, dressed very lewd like, just 18 plus type of content, if that makes it better, because you're gonna have people that see you as a smaximal object, and I have to choose my words wisely. They're gonna think that they can come into your DMs and tell you things that you probably didn't want to hear. That's why you have to make the boundary very clear to others. I myself, when I rebranded, when I first started out, I was trying to be a comfy streamer, a wholesome type of streamer, but the people that was coming in and the conversations we were having did not make it easy. My mind just kept going to other places. So when I rebranded, I became a lewd streamer. So we do have topics that we talk about. I do have everything labeled as 18 plus, but not long after that, I would receive DMs, and in those DMs, I would receive body parts. So it got to a point that whenever someone would send me that, I would send the other person's picture back, because I'm sorry, not sorry when I say this. No one wants to see your body parts, not in a DM. You've seen one, you've seen them all. So again, do not send images. Plus, you don't know who's of age nowadays, because you do have minors and adults that lie about their ages. So it's just best to not even send pics like that. All right, so let's go in a little bit further when it comes to the mental health. This stuff can get draining. Trying to stay on top of the new trends, trying to stay on top of the new topics, trying to make sure you're being active, that you're communicating with people in chat, that your chat is being active, that you're staying on top of like new overlays, new streaming tips, stuff like that. It gets overwhelming. Trust me. And as soon as you start questioning if you should keep doing this and you have fun doing this, take a break. That is the first sign that you need a break. That is getting overwhelming and you don't want to hit the other part. Things in life happens and it's okay. Your community will be there and will understand. Trust me, everybody that's part of the streaming space, whether they're a streamer or not, and they're just a viewer slash chatter, they're gonna understand. And if not, get rid of them. You don't need that. Your mental health, your community, y'all don't need that. And so the last thing I'm gonna mention is it's streaming. It should be fun. It should be a hobby, not your first thought of, well, I'm gonna start a business by doing this, because then that's just gonna put you in debt. Have fun with it. Try it out to see if you even like it, because we've seen a lot of people that hate their jobs, and the community can tell. Even as streamers, when you're sitting there playing a game or chit-chatting about something, your chat can tell if you're enjoying it or not. So please think before you come into the streaming space. Try it out a couple of times first before you try to fully dive in, and understand that this is not for the weak. Now guys, if you found this very helpful, very knowledgeable for yourselves, and would like me to do a part 2, please put down in the comments the different topics you would like me to talk about. So until next time, bye everybody.